editing the content. So I thought it'd be fun to share with you my little editing routine, the gadgets that I use, the editing apps, and kind of just like my setup to get me to have a really productive editing session. First things first, I'm a beverage girly. Usually in the daytime, I have an iced latte. At nighttime, I have a tea, and I always have a bottle of water on my desk. Let me know if you're a multiple bev girly like me, because I love some options. So I film most of my content, if not all of it, on a camera, which means that my footage lives in this little SD card, and I take it out, I put it into my SD card reader that goes into my MacBook, and then my MacBook is connected to this huge monitor where I can see everything. That once I import my footage into the external drive, while that's downloading, that is when my iPad comes in handy, specifically when I'm editing. This is my source of entertainment. So today I'm going to be listening to an Audible, and I'm currently listening to Runaway Groomsmen. Then I have my iPad mini, and my iPad mini is where I keep all of my notes for the current video that I'm working on. Once the video is already imported, then I'm going to go ahead and move it into Final Cut Pro. And Final Cut Pro is where I do all of my editing for the video. That's where I color grade. That's where I chop the video up. And that's also where I do my voiceovers. So as for voiceovers, this is a microphone that I have been using. This is the Shure microphone. And when I tell you, girl, audio is crispy, okay? I love it because audio matters. I also have really big speakers connected to my computer so that whenever I am editing and I have my daughter and I can hear her, if I am editing on my own, I will pull out my Beats headphones. I love these headphones. Girl, the noise cancellation on that is, I have no choice but to concentrate and lock into what I'm doing. But let's be honest, I'm a mom, so most of the time I'm with my child, so I don't always get that time to just like lock in. But I do use my AirPods Pro if I want to concentrate a little bit more. I just put a headphone in my ear, leave the other one available so that I can hear her if anything. Once my video is completed in Final Cut Pro, then I move on to CapCut. Now CapCut is where I do all of my text effects, my sound effects, my transitions. There's just way more options in CapCut. Once I'm done editing the video, I export it in 4K 60, and then it's pretty much done. I save it to my hard drive, and then I airdrop it to my iPhone, and then it's ready to post on social media. That's pretty much a little behind the scenes of my editing process.